Hey, what's going on, everyone? Moin. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mace, coming to you from North America, the good part, the northern part, Canada, true north, strong and free. And yeah, Star Wars is worldwide. It was May the 4th yesterday. May the 4th be with you. I actually don't really like saying that very much, but I am a huge Star Wars fan. I'm watching Andor right now, and that show is so good. So good. Like the social commentary in there is pretty incredible. Very, very good stuff. And there's lots of good Star Wars stuff coming out. And yeah, I don't know when I got into Star Wars, but obviously it's big in Germany too. This is about an event in Cologne, a fan event with, thousands of people. And look at all the people dressed up here. Pretty cool. So I thought we'd just do a quick little fun Star Wars video. And let me know in the comments your favorite Star Wars film, or give me your Star Wars films rankings, or your experience with Star Wars. I know the sequels suck, but I think The Mandalorian had good parts. Andor is excellent. Obi-Wan Kenobi was kind of unnecessary, but the finale episode was fine. And it was nice to see Ewan McGregor playing Obi-Wan Kenobi again. It was kind of unnecessary. And I just feel like maybe if the creators of Andor had something to do with it, it just looked really cheap in comparison, but it's fine. Let's check out this video and yeah, have a little chat about Star Wars.
Böse ist halt so ein Ding, das bleibt halt immer aktuell. Und gerade das Politische, was...
The battle between good and evil is one that always remains relevant. Yeah, true. Very true. And that's what Andor is kind of talking about. In the latest story arc, the Empire essentially creates a false flag event on a planet in which they want to extract by force the resources. So they basically instigate a false flag event by manipulating the local insurgent rebellion forces. And then they get their propaganda machine rolling behind that to bring, the perception of this particular planet in a very negative light, making their complete destruction of it much more easy to complete. It's interesting writing. It's really, really cool. And also about the destructiveness of war, the people in war that you don't even know about that die. The rebels and the insurgents and people that are fighting against totalitarianism, tyrannical governments, and the Empire was always a stand-in for that. Like, I think even George Lucas, when he did the original trilogy, I don't think it's any coincidence that the Empire officers bear a very striking resemblance to the SS and Nazi officers, right? I don't think that was a coincidence at all. But
finde ich, gerade sich auch heutzutage wieder ganz gut widerspiegelt, eben diese Unterwerfung, dass das Böse halt, es bleibt aktuell.
Auf der Convention sind insgesamt 21 Stars aus den beliebten Filmen und Serien.
Anthony Daniels.
Anthony Daniels. Der 79-jährige Schauspieler ist der einzige, der in fast allen Star Wars Filmen und Serien mit dabei war. Als goldener Roboter C3PO.
Eine der besten Dinge an Veranstaltungen wie diesen ist, so viele Menschen zu treffen in ihren selbstgemachten Kostümen. Du spürst die Liebe der Fans für die Filme und siehst, wie die Leute hier Freundschaften knüpfen. Das ist eine...
Yeah, people are really passionate about it, aren't they? Like, I was never a person, and I'll probably never be a person to like attend a convention for Star Wars. Like, I watch pretty much all the new live action stuff that comes out. I get around to watching it eventually, but I don't need to watch it like right when it comes out, and I don't like watch it all right away or watch it on repeat forever. I'm not that obsessed with it, but I commend people who become that passionate about Star Wars. And I think the cosplayers that create costumes, it's pretty cool, some of the stuff that they come up with, and the quality of their work and the determination and passion in the stuff that they do, their fandom. And it's good to have a love of something. Hey, it's good. Loving Star Wars is completely fantastic. It's fine. Good.
Eine wunderbare Weiterführung von Star Wars.
That is a wonderful spin-off of Star Wars.
Auch für die Stars ist das
Hey, they got Dedra Miro. I don't know who that other guy is. Was he in the show too? But yeah, she's in Andor.
Zusammentreffen mit den Fans immer ein schöner Moment. Die Schauspieler werden gefeiert, Besucher können ein Foto mit ihren Helden machen, ab 25 € aufwärts. Eintritt pro Person 45 €.
Das ist echt eine wunderschöne Veranstaltung. Ich liebe es, hier Leute aus ganz Europa zu
I have no idea who this guy is, but apparently he's in The Mandalorian.
Toll, aber die Power of the Force hier, das ist schon etwas ganz Besonderes.
Als Star Wars damals in die Kinos kam, haben wir als Kinder mit den Actionfiguren und Raumschiffen
He's a
gespielt.
pirate?
Wir haben uns vorgestellt, wir leben in einer Star Wars Welt.
Ich liebe es, nach Deutschland zu kommen, auch Conventions überall auf der Welt zu machen. Die Leute nehmen sich extra Zeit, nur um mich zu treffen. Also gebe ich etwas von dieser Liebe
Is it saying he wore the suit for Darth Vader in Rogue One?
zurück.
Ich liebe dich.
In 2 Jahren wird Star Wars 50 Jahre alt, aber was ist der Reiz? Was macht die Filme und Serien also so besonders, dass sie mittlerweile 3 Generationen von Fans begeistern?
Seit meiner Kindheit verbinde ich eigentlich alles mit Star Wars. Ich habe zu Hause ein Star Wars Zimmer eingerichtet. Ich schaue auch immer, dass ich direkt...
I think it has to do with the hope that it instills, because positive at its core, I mean, Star Wars at its core was for kids, like, right? It was for children, and it's grown to be something more, and there's a lot of stories that I think that you can tell within that galaxy and that universe. Specifically, you have stories like Andor, and you can have something like Mandalorian with Grogu, and they're side by side, and the contrast is very apparent, but they both work within the universe. Or you can have like some of the animated shows, you know, for the kids, and then you can have something like Andor, where you have pretty much like a sexual assault scene in the last story arc. So it's, yeah, it can get dark, but it also can get very bright and very hopeful. And I think even in the dark moments of the series, there's always that light of hope, a new hope, if you will.
Zum May the 4th, zum Star Wars Tag, entweder im Disneyland bin oder so auf einer Convention wie hier.
Das macht halt auch so den Reiz aus, dass man sich immer austauschen kann, egal wo man hingeht.
She dressed up
Man
like
hat was,
Padme.
worüber man reden kann.
I gotta say too, we saw Revenge of the Sith in theaters last week. That was epic. Epic! It's in theaters right now, I think, for another few days maybe.
Lernt Leute überall kennen.
Natürlich auch die Erinnerung so an die Kindheitstage, das Sammeln der Figuren, das alte Spielzeug und das Schauen der alten Filme.
Auch im kommenden Jahr gibt es wieder eine Power of the Force Convention, wieder in Köln und wieder mit jeder Menge Stars.
Möge die Macht mit euch sein.
Cool. Yeah, like I said, let me know down below. What are your thoughts on Star Wars? Do you think it's stupid? Do you think it's silly? Or are you a big fan? Or are you kind of a casual fan? I would say I sit somewhere between obsessed fan and casual fan. I'm definitely not an obsessed fan, but I kind of get into it sometimes and really excited for it. The sequel certainly put a damper on that. Like I think it reached a fever pitch in just before episode 7 came out. Like I was enthralled with all the trailers, and I think Lucasfilm and Star Wars had such a hold on the zeitgeist within that few years, even up until The Last Jedi, which dominated conversation for many years and still does, and people still debate about that movie. I think that movie is probably, looking back, the best of the sequels. I think The Force Awakens would have been the best. It's just the storylines built up in that movie did not come together in a weave of threads that was... It just had so much potential. I think they're going to be regretting what they did with the sequels for a long time, but they are what they are. By the time you got to The Rise of Skywalker, it was pretty much just a train crash that you had to witness. And it was almost comical at that point by the time the third sequel came out. Like, it was pretty trash. And listen, there's a lot of poor dialogue in the prequels. There's a lot of cringy scenes and dialogue and questionable CGI and Jar Jar Binks and stuff, but I'll take those 3 any day because they're actually made by George Lucas, and they have a certain, you can tell they have a certain auteur vision to them, whereas the new ones kind of feel more so by committee, or like they just don't have as much heart in the simplest way to put it. All right, see you guys soon.